Here are a few problems for test review on the transversal. On page 129, number 1, the question shows the following figure, and it says, parallel lines N and P are intersected by transversal lines Q and M as shown in the figure below. Lines Q, M, and P intersect at a common point. Q, M, and P intersect at a common point. Okay, I assume they are referring to this point. Okay. What is the degree measure of angle 1? What is the degree measure of angle 2? What is the degree measure of angle 3? And what is the degree measure of angle 4? Okay. So far, the only information that they give us is that this angle here is 42 degrees. So we know that this is the measure of the small angle. So let's label all of our angles big, small, as we always would. That is our first step. Oh, wait. This whole angle right here as part of the transversal is going to be a big, right? So don't get confused with the way that the picture is. And then we have, so that's our small, this is our small, and then this here is our big. Okay. So what is the degree measure of angle 1? Well, if we know that this is a small over here, and the angle 1 is a small, 42 degrees is equal to small is equal to small, angle 1 equals 42 degrees. Okay? So, what is the degree measure of angle 2? Well, we know that big plus small equals 180 degrees. We know what the small is. The small is 42 degrees. So B plus 42 degrees equals 180 degrees. Minus 42 from both sides. And you get B equals 138 degrees. Okay. Now C. What is the degree measure of angle 3? Angle 3 is over here. Angle 3 is an S. Angle 3 is a small. And we know smalls are equal to smalls. So angle 3 equals 42 degrees. Okay. What is the degree measure of angle 4? Show or explain. Okay, well we know that this is a big, right here, this angle is a big. We know that this is 90 degrees, and we don't know the measure of angle 4. So we know that bigs are 138 degrees, as we found earlier. So we can set up a little mini equation where 138 degrees equals 90 degrees plus x. Minus 90 from both sides. And we get 48 degrees equals x. So, D, the measure of angle 4 is 48 degrees. All right. Next problem. Page 130, number 6. So they are giving us a transversal that is labeled with numbers, and they're asking us to name the angles and the algebraic relationship. Now, we already did this one on the board a million times. We know exactly what to do here, okay? So, this information is going to be on the board for the test. So all you need to know is that alternate angles are on opposite sides of the transversal. Consecutive angles are on the same side of the transversal. They're together, co. Corresponding angles, co, are on the same side of the transversal, but one is in and one is out. On consecutive angles, either both are in or both are out. And alternate angles, they can either both be in or both be out. Okay, so the criteria that we're going to write over here to help you classify these angles is going to be they change and they're both in if they're interior alternate angles, and they change and they're both out if they're exterior. Consecutive interior angles are together and they're both in. Consecutive exterior angles are together and they're both out. Corresponding angles are together and there's one in, one out. Okay, so 1 and 8. Angle 1 is right here, angle 8 is right here. Now, they're being compared from the same group, so we know that they either need to be vertical angles or a linear pair. So, they are across from one another. Remember, vertical angles create two sets of congruent angles. So we know that they must be vertical angles. So the name of the angles is vertical angles. And the algebraic relationship is that angle 1 equals angle 8. 2 and 7. Angle 2 is over here and angle 7 is over here. So we have them together on the same side of the transversal. That's what I say when I mean together on the same side of the transversal. And one is in and one is out. So they are corresponding angles. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So they are corresponding angles. Okay. And we have small is equal to small. Oh, over here the algebraic relationship is big equals big. Okay. So angle 2 and angle 6. Angle 2 and angle 6. Okay, well they're on the same side of the transversal, so they're together. And both are out. So if they're together and both out, they're consecutive exterior. This is a big, this is a small, this is a big, this is a small, this is a big, this is a big, this is a small, this is a small. Okay, so consecutive exterior. 2 is a small and 6 is a big. So we know that big plus small equals 180 degrees. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are being compared in the same group. So we know that they are vertical angles. And we know that small is equal to small. 3 and 7. 3 and 7. So they change. They're on opposite sides of the transversal, and they're both interior. So they're interior alternate. They're alternate interior angles. And they are small is equal to small. Okay. The last problem that we're going to do for the test review is we are given this figure. I'm sorry, this is the last problem on page 129. And we're asked to find each angle. So we're asked to find the measure of angle ABD, DBC. We need to find the measure of angle DBC, and then we need to find the measure of angle BCE. BCE. Oh, that's kind of messy. BCE. Okay. So, first, we always want to label our angles. Big, small, big, small. This is always the first step. Always, 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 always. Okay. So we are going to have to solve for one of these first in order to find y. So we know that big is equal to big, small is equal to small, and big plus small equals 180. So maybe first we want to try to solve for x. So I know that big plus small equals 180. I have 2x as a small, and 5x minus 30 as a big. And these equal 180. Okay, so let's combine our like terms. I have 5x plus 2x gives me 7x. 7x minus 30 equals 180. Plus 30 plus 30. Get 210 equals 7x. Oops. Divided by 7, divided by 7. X equals 30. Okay. Now that I know what x equals, I can use the value of x to plug it into something to find the value of y, right? So I know that big is equal to big, so let's do 5x minus 30 equals 3y plus 90, since they're both bigs, right? So let's plug that x in. I get 5 times 30 minus 30 equals 3y plus 90. Okay, so I'm going to get 150 minus 30 equals 3y plus 90. 150 minus 30 gives me 120 equals 3y plus 90 minus 90 minus 90. I get 3y equals 30. Divided by 3, y equals 10. Okay. So I have x and I have y. Now I can plug them in to answer the questions. So ABD is 2x. ABD is 2x. So 2 times 30 equals 60. Therefore, ABD equals, here, let me write this out so you can see my work, okay? So ABD over here, okay. ABD is 2x, 2 times 30, since I know the value of x over here, equals 60. ABD is 60. DBC is 3y plus 90. C is 3y plus 90. I know that y is 10, so 3 times 10 plus 90 equals 30 plus 90 equals 120. I know that DBC is 120. And the measure of angle BCE. BCE is a small. I know that the small up here, the 2x, was 60. So I'm just going to do that. Okay?